here again. Second or two. All right, says we're live on here. All right, maybe I lost everybody. Not sure. There we go. Everybody's coming back now. Everybody. All right, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Another one of those mystery gremlins. Whew, it's hot in here. Man, oh man. That's better. Okay. Now I got to put the poll back up. So bear with me when I put the poll back up. Because I'm sure everybody wants a poll. Poll question, biggest fish this year. 10 to 20 pounds. Whoops. 20 to 25. 25 to 30. Or over 30. There, poll question is going back up right now. How's that? Cool. All right, that's better. Welcome everybody. Happy to have you all back. Looks like everything's loud and clear on here. All right, yeah. You know, sometimes I swear I just want to go back to the old days where I'm sitting in my basement, you know, staring at an iPhone 6. This technical stuff sometimes, I mean, it's cool, it's great, it looks great, but man, I just sometimes wonder if it's really, if it's worth all the hassle, but I like it. But, you know, we got the new studio down in Dreamweaver. I love that thing. Don't forget these live streams are proudly brought to you by Dreamweaver Lures. Check them out at dreamweaverlures.com. So, I mean, I'm very happy to have a new studio. I'm not complaining in any way, but you know what I mean? Sometimes just like simplify. Just simple is better sometimes. All right. Well, it looks like we got a bunch of people back on here now. I can't really tell how many. Okay, so we're back up to about 100. All right, cool. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. It is August 4th. It is hot. I don't know where everybody else is, but here in northern Michigan, it's been hot for a while. I don't mind the heat so much. I mean, I deal with it. We all deal with it. But man, I tell you, it's been a long haul on this heat. Without a doubt. People are getting grumpy. No doubt about it. So I can't do all the fancy studio stuff right now. We had to end that last live stream. So I'm kind of lost the way I wanted to go here, but that's fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Greg Potts, Steve G, Fishaholic Fishing Team, Patty Nose, Ryan Purchase. Good to see you, Ryan. You got a trip coming up in a few days, Ryan. I'll be happy to see you again on the boat. Fire Bevered, Brad Trammell. Let's make sure everybody answers the poll question. The poll question for tonight is biggest fish of the year for you. 10 to 20 pounds, 20 to 25 pounds, 25 to 30 pounds, or over 30 pounds. Looks like we got 64 votes right now. Close race. 38% is 20 to 25 pounds. 38%, 35%, 10 to 20 pounds. We had one hit the deck last week. It was over 30, I'm sure, when they hit the deck. When we got it, hey, Gabe Salson, how you doing? When we got it on the certified scale, it was 29.5. So it shed some slime, you know, it shed some liquid. So I know it was over 30 when it hit the deck, but what counts is what's on the scale when you get there. So speaking of that, speaking of Gabe Salson, don't forget the Ultimate Salmon Derby is still going on right now. You can win some monster prizes. TheUltimateSalmonDerby.com. Make sure you put the in there, otherwise it won't pop up. TheUltimateSalmonDerby.com. Win 15 grand every 2 weeks. Win a bunch of other really cool prizes. You can win a smart troll system, which is a system that I have new on the boat this year, where I can actually see where my divers are running. If you haven't seen that, check out some of the videos I got on this channel. I'm not kidding you. That thing is an absolute game changer. Our divers have been absolutely on fire this year. Knock on wood, they stay that way. And I think a lot of it has to do to that smart troll system. I know it's a costly endeavor, but boy, if you really want to get your stuff dialed in, it's something worth looking at. Definitely something worth looking at. Gabe's saying a 30-pound fish is leading this session. Good. Glad to hear it. There's some big fish out there. Without a doubt, there's some big fish. We had, I think, 3 today in the 25 range. We put a 4-man limit up on the board plus 1. We had to reel one in. So we had 21 fish on the board this morning. A nice mix of salmon and go. No trout, no steelhead. No Lakers either, but we'll talk about the fishing report here shortly. Whatever happened to the fly contest? Eric Traver, that's a great question, I'll tell you. So, Leroy Dowding from Purple Taco Fly Supply reached out to me. It turned into an absolute crap show this year. Things were sent into the shop, things got misplaced. Not enough entries were placed for the peanut fly contest, so we just decided to scrap the whole thing this year. That was actually Leroy's idea. He said, let's just scrap it. We'll go back at it next year. We'll go at it at a different angle, try to get some more entries, try to get some more, some different things. We'd love to get some more peanut flies. We know everybody loves the trolling flies though, so we're going to work on a way to get that all done up so you guys can submit your flies, you guys and gals. I know there's a lot of female anglers out there also that love to tie up some flies. So we would love to see everybody's flies again next year. We're gonna cool it for now. So that answers that question in a long, drawn out way. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the fishing report. We'll get that out of the way. I'm sure that's what a lot of things or a lot of. I gotta get a drink of water. I'm running on. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, and I got to be up tomorrow at 3:30. And I got to eat something yet, so I'm not complaining. It's just it's hotter than Hades in here. So let's do the fishing report. I know that's what a lot of people are here for. Manistee, Ludington, Frankfurt, a lot of fish are here. Everybody, if you haven't heard yet, there's a lot of fish and there's a lot of really, really good fish out there. So if I was heading out tomorrow morning, which I am, right out front of Manistee, like the 14s to the 17s. And if you don't know what I'm talking about there, because I get emails on this all the time, look up the salmon jargon video on this channel. It will explain all that stuff to you. So the 14s to the 17s, which is essentially right out of Manistee, just a mile or two either way, is holding a ton of fish right now. Ton of fish. Anywhere from 80 feet of water out to 250 feet of water. The temperature break is where the cold water really starts taking over. King salmon like the cold water, so we're normally targeting, after the morning bite, we're normally targeting water that's down in the 40-degree range, below 50. That break is sitting right now at about 50 feet. And it's going to move a little over the next couple of days. We've got a north wind coming. We've had steady south for a while, mild south for a while, but it's been steady. So when a north wind is coming, this heat is supposed to break. It's going to change. It's going to change a few things out there, but if you were heading out tomorrow morning out of Manistee, one of the hundreds of boats that, my God, it was an absolute zoo out there over the weekend. But if you're heading out in the morning, that's a great place to start. 14s to the 16s, 14s to the 17s, you're going to find fish, like I said, 80 foot of water, 100 foot, 150, 200 foot, you're going to find fish there. Nice long trolls have been productive, so you don't have to spin around a whole lot on the fish. Downriggers, my hot rig lately has been that puppy right there. That Dreamweaver 11-inch double pearl, that's a double fish scale, but it's really the same thing. That double pearl tattle with, where are you? Where did I put you? There you are. That money shot fly. That money shot fly on that paddle. That money shot fly on a lot of things for me has been super hot lately. That money shot fly and that HT blue-green dolphin fly have been staples as of late. Absolute staples. Big white paddles, 11-inch. Darker days when you got some fog, a little overcast. The Dreamweaver 11-inch black paddle, fantastic. That thing on my downrigger, on my center downrigger, and I know not everybody has a center downrigger, but if you make it your deepest downrigger, that thing down after the morning bite, because before that I'm running plugs on it. Once the morning bite starts shutting down, I throw that thing on there with that money shot fly with about a 36 to 44-inch lead, somewhere in there. That thing going down 120 to 170 feet down on that downrigger has been absolutely fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. A couple other hot things. Plugs. And there's not many, I don't have many to show you, I'm not on the boat. There's a Ace High green splatterback, Ace High blue, or I'm sorry, there's the green, there's the blue. But white plugs have been hot lately, like the White Lightning, the Mother of Pearl, just the Bone White. White plugs have been really, really good. We've been running plugs on everything in the morning except our divers. All 3 downriggers have had plugs on them. All 6 long lines or 8 long lines have had plugs on them. Hottest ones have been 7 colors and 8 colors for us. We haven't run a 5 color in a while. That was pretty hot a week and a half ago. 7 and 8 colors with the White Lightning, the Mother of Pearl, the Bone White. That has been fantastic. Also the Skittles plug. And you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the Skittles plug. It looks like a rainbow plug. You want to taste the rainbow. That's why we nicknamed it Skittles. That thing has been on fire for Coho. Coho love that stinking plug. So if you got that plug, run that. Run the Ace Highs, run the White Lightnings, run the Mother of Pearls, run the Bones, run the Double Glows. Double Glows, I almost forgot about that. Double Glow Ladderback. Any of those variations are going to be fine for you right now. 7 color, 8 color, 10 color, 300 copper. All those have been really, really good. Divers. Divers have been a mix of a little of everything. A lot of the white stuff going on there also. More Mother of Pearl. That Abe's Black Frog, and I don't have one here with me. It's a Pro Troll. That's been going again. That thing, I have a love-hate relationship with that thing. That thing with the HT blue-green dolphin fly has been really, really good. High divers early in the morning, back 140, 150. Low divers early in the morning, back, I don't know, where did I have mine today? 70 to 90, I think, somewhere in there. With flasher fly, have been really good. So pick out your favorite flasher and fly. You know, you don't have to run what I'm showing you. I'm just showing you some of the stuff that's been working for me. Pick out your favorite flasher fly, get it down there in those ranges. You're more than likely going to get hit. Later in the day, meat. We've been running a ton of meat. And what's been producing for us has been GRC meat rigs. These GRC meat rigs, that double, what is this one called? I think that's the Double Glow Dean. That thing has been fantastic. This is that Avenger. Yep, that's that green Avenger. The Just Dandy. And then there's another one that he has, and it's like a moo-moo. It has glow white squids on it with a white head. Also been really, really good. Been running that also on 10-inch spin doctors. I don't have any here, but that live wire's been really good. 10-inch spin doctor. Netminder Showtime, really good. Double Pearl, really good. It's going to do you just fine. And that's when the sun comes up. Of course, you know, try to find a little deeper water once the sun comes up. Push out to that, you know, past where you're fishing. If you're in the 120, get out to 200 or so. You'll get out someplace a little deeper. One thing I did say, and I'll re-mention it, is watch out for boat traffic. It has been an absolute zoo out of Manistee the last couple of days. Was that Thursday we had that really heavy fog? We did a live stream on that day. That was nuts. I'd never seen anything like that. We took off in pea soup fog. I'm running radar. I run radar every day, whether it's foggy or not. I have my radar on every morning when I'm going out, when I'm coming in. It's just peace of mind. I was watching my radar. We left at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm watching 2 boats. I had one on the inside of me. I'm running south. I had one on the inside of me, one on the outside of me. Both of them looked like an ant farm. I could tell that they didn't have radar because they were I could watch them on the radar changing paths. coming at me. I had to peel away. At one point, I had to totally come off the throttle just to let the one guy pass me because he was coming at me so hard. They couldn't keep a straight line for nothing. And then I watched the one guy actually when the fog cleared a little. I watched him come to a complete stop, turn around, take off the opposite direction, then turn back around and take off the other direction. But the crazy thing was, I'm watching these guys on my radar. I had the radar set to a half mile window. So what I'm seeing is pretty much real time. I watched those two blips get closer and closer until they became one blip. And I don't know if those guys hit each other, but they must have come within mere feet. And they were running when they were doing it too. It must have been an absolute pucker fest on both those boats when they saw each other coming out of the fog at one another. Oh my God, it was crazy. Anyway, long-winded. Be careful. It's just a fish. You know, if you're going out in the fog, be extra careful if you gotta go. I know some people plan these trips all year long. You know, they wait for their day that they're able to go, and that's the day they gotta go. Just if it's foggy, heavy boat traffic, be careful. It's just a fish. It's not worth somebody getting hurt over. We've had 2 boats on the pier already this year. We've had near collisions out there. There's a lot of boat traffic. Most people are playing nice. I got yelled at today. I don't know why I got yelled at. I'm in a pack of boats and we're all going the same direction. One guy cut in front of all of us and then asked me if I owned the lake. It made me laugh that was they would say something like that. Anyway, it happens. That's fine. Be careful out there, please. Please. Where else do I want to go with the fishing report? Really, that's it in a nutshell, guys. Lots of fish. We put, like I said, we put a nice board up today, 21 fish. We've had catches 14 to 16, 17, 18 fish lately as well. A lot of really nice coho out there, a lot of really nice kings. Pink salmon have been showing up, and they've been a rarity over the last few years. We picked up 2 today. We picked up 1 the other day, and we've had 2 before that. So what was that, 5? I believe that's 5 pink salmon we've had over the year, which are really unique fish. If you've never seen a pink salmon, I mean, I had to look at the first one to figure out what it was because it had a forked tail like a king, had dots like a king, but had a white mouth like a coho and had eyes like a steelhead. It was a really unique looking fish. So if you catch a pink, hey, happy to you. They're somewhat of a rarity out there, and I hear they're absolute wonderful table fare. Zach Dean, you got a pink today? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Carl, yeah, respect each other's way, absolutely. Johnny Quest, not everybody should own a boat. Hey, it just takes just a couple seconds to avoid some real danger out there for sure, especially in the fog. It ain't fun. Scott Argensinger, good to see you back, man. Scott, been a while. We need to get together. You got 2 pinks, good. Scott Argensinger's a moderator on here and a fantastic fisherman. If you got any questions for Scott, please shout him out there. He'll catch a lot of the questions that I miss, and I love him for that. So, thanks, Scott. Thanks for being here. Okay, that's the fishing report. Throw your guys' fishing report down here in the comments, please. I'd like to hear how everybody's doing in their areas. Again, meat's doing great. These GRC meat rigs, fantastic. Big paddles, fantastic. Plugs, fantastic. And that money shot fly and that blue-green dolphin fly, man, really, really good. Really, there's one money shot fly on my boat. I actually broke it off today. I got sick to my stomach because it was just taking so many fish. There was probably, out of all those strands of stuff on there, there's probably 20% of the stuff left, and they were still nailing things. It looked like an absolute hairball is what it looked like. It was so chewed up, and they loved it. They would not leave it alone. And then we lost it, and there it went, and I cried. I almost jumped in overboard after. All right, topic of the week. I don't really have much for a topic of the week. We spoke last week, or I mentioned last week, that we're going to talk about moonshine. And if you guys want to sit here and talk about moonshine, we can do that. I think we are, I think most of us know what's going on with moonshine. If you don't, let me start here. I love Moonshine Lures. I do. I was on their pro staff for several years. When they went to when they went to Acme, and they're not owned by Acme, I never got a notice from Acme if I was going to be continued as pro staff, so I just assumed that I was not, and I'm fine with that, because quite honestly, if I wasn't, I'd probably be asking, I would be asking to be removed because of what's going on. Moonshine Lures has been one of the most productive spoons on the Great Lakes over the last, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. Absolutely fantastic glow, great spoons. I mean, you know I'm a Dreamweaver guy. Dreamweaver's right up here. Moonshine's real darn close to him. Love Moonshine Lures. Recently, over this last, I believe it was over the winter, they sold to Acme. Acme moved the Moonshine production to China. And if you want to see a really good video on this, check out my friend Michael's channel called Chi City Yaker. C-H-I City Yaker, Y-A-K-E-R. He does kayak fishing down in Chicago. He went over a lot of the things with Moonshine. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Really nice video that Michael did. So he went over a lot of the little intricacies of it. I'll touch base on a few things. Really what's happening right now, there's a lot of really angry people here that have watched the quality of these Moonshine lures just absolutely fall apart. I'm hearing almost daily about split rings coming apart, hooks breaking. I've never seen a hook break. I've seen them bend. I've seen them break after bending, several times. But like a hook actually snapping, like it was weakened. Heard of that. Paint chipping, subpar glow, subpar tape, a lot of subpar material. So I get it. If you own a company and you want to save a few bucks so you get a little more money on the long end, I get it. Maybe you're going to move your company offshore, maybe you're going to go to a different area, get some different manufacturing. But man, if you go and save all that money wherever you go, and then at the same time, you skimp on the material, you actually weaken the product, you actually lessen the product, that ain't going to sit well with a lot of people here. The anglers are really, really fussy people. Fishermen, fisherwomen, anglers, all the above, really, really fussy people. And they're noticing. They're noticing. Moonshine, if you're on here, you're watching it all, I'm sure you're already hearing the scuttlebutt. I'm just relaying what everybody else is talking about. So I'm sorry to see those things happen. I truly am. I'm still fishing Moonshine, without a doubt. I still am. I have a box full of the old stock, full of it. And now I'm afraid to run it all because I don't want to lose it. But here's one thing I'll show you right here. So Tangle Tackle right now still has a lot of old school Moonshine in stock. Here's one right here. There's a blue jeans, Mag blue jeans. That's a Michigan made Moonshine. There's a lot of them here. If you guys are looking to stock up on Moonshine, old school, come into Tangle Tackle. There's a bunch of it here. Here's another one, Dancing Anchovy. That's old school. You can see right back here. That's made in Michigan. The new Acme, you'll see it says Acme on the back. It says right there, made in China. That's a dead giveaway. And I'm going to tell you what, Michael did this really well on his video that I already mentioned. That color on that raspberry carbon is nothing like the old raspberry carbon. That is not going to be the same spoon at all. I'm glad I got a bunch of the old stock. Packaging is different as well. You can see that bubble there. That's new. The old one, I'll show them right there. Old one, no bubble. New one, bubble down with the hook. Easiest way to tell right off the bat, right there. So I know I'm missing a lot of stuff in the comments right here. What do you guys and gals think? Happy about this? Displeased with this? Gonna use them? Gonna stop using them? I'm curious. Tell me what you think. I want to hear what the consensus here. Because unless, and I'm not saying ban Moonshine or anything. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just giving you information. Unless, and I'm not vying for this as well. I'm not saying go out there and boycott them, but unless the demand goes down for the product, things aren't going to change. Things aren't going to change. As long as there's a profit, things are going to remain status quo, which means you're going to have more Moonshine made in China. If shops stop running them, and I saw one shop on Facebook that did, they absolutely, no more Moonshine. If other shops begin to do that, if customers stop buying them online, they're going to catch on and they're going to realize that they made a mistake. Or they may never. They may not. I don't know Acme. I don't know anybody there. I have no idea who they are. They may not care one iota. So, but you guys, gals, know what I'm talking about. As long as people go out there and buy them, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Anyway, take that for what it is. You make up your own mind on it, whatever way you want to go. Again, I'm not vying for a boycott. I'm not saying that the moonshines are junk in any way. Make your own opinion. I'm just a media outlet. Anthony Dance, you won't buy the old ones since you're still supporting them. In a way not. You're more supporting the shops. If you're buying if you're going to a shop and the old ones are in the shop, you're supporting the shop. That's already been sold to Moonshine. Moonshine already has their money from that. You're supporting the shop. You're going to Mr. Chrome though. So I reached out to Mr. Chrome the other day because I like what I'm seeing from Mr. Chrome. Reached out to them. We're going to talk a little, maybe get some Mr. Chrome stuff on the channel. I'm a little excited about that. You know, I'm Dreamweaver through and through, but Dreamweaver also understands it takes more than one cook to cook the dinner. I don't even know if that's a real saying or not, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of really good products out there. There's a lot of really good lures out there, and I love my Dreamweaver, but they know I run other things as well, and they do too. They do as well. So they respect that. I respect that. Variety is the spice of life, and variety puts fish in the boat. So I'm happy with that. All right. Does anybody else make a sandbur or a blue founder? Scott Garbs is asking. You know, there's one on Mr. Chrome's website that looks a lot like a sandbur. Very, very similar. Very similar. Excuse me. Aimlessly drifting, sitting around water, drinking a beer with your sweetie, loons in the background. Good to you. Good for you, man. Silver Streak. Love streaks. I haven't run a streak in a while. I was running a Silver Streak Caramel Dolphin earlier this year like crazy. All right. Guys, gals, what else you want to talk about? Let's check the poll. Biggest fish of the year, out in the lead, 20 to 25 pounds at 45%. 28%, 10 to 20 pounds. 25 to 30 pounds, 24%. Over 30, 3%. Congratulations to those. Hope you're in the Ultimate Salmon Derby if you're over 30 pounds. Win yourself some cash, some nice prizes. All right. Cool. All right. What do you want to talk about? Otherwise, we will get out of here because it's hot in here. It's warm. I'm ready. I got to get over the boat, get things ready for tomorrow morning. I know I do. I got 6 trips in a row coming up. Next 6 days, I'll be out there. So if you see me, I'm the guy who looks like a zombie with a big grin on his face because I love to be fishing. Like I said, fishing's really good. We probably had 35 bites today. A lot of good fish coming in. A lot of good catches coming in from a lot of boats. All right. Somebody just super chat. Who was that? Ryan. Man, I gotta look for. Ooh. Has this got a clicker? Look for anything that'll do a super chat reel. No. Dang it. Click. Sorry. Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate the super chat, man. That goes to support the channel and everything that we do on it. So thank you very much. Very nice of you. And I'll see you soon too. You got a trip coming up. I missed a question here. Joe Wilbaum, is it feasible to run a diver in a rod holder off the side on a 3 or a 5 color? I'm a little confused on that, Joe. I apologize. So I think I'm tracking what you're saying. Divers run, they dive on their own. You don't need to put lead behind them or copper or anything like that. My normal speed is 2.0, 2.4, almost daily. Almost daily. How many hits do I have before I consider it a hot bait? That's a good question. That's a fair question. It's like my waypoints on my fish finder. I don't have many. And the ones that I do, I punch them in because I've had multiple hits in that area. Maybe not a specific waypoint, but in that area. So if I've had doubles or triples or quads on in that area and multiple times going through there, I consider that a hot spot. When it comes to a lure, like if I think of that paddle right there, that Dreamweaver 11-inch paddle, that money shot fly, that's a hot rig right there. Because we probably took 7 or 8 fish on that thing this morning. We took probably 4 or 5 the other day. Another 5 or 6 the other day on that. I consider that a hot rig. Something that produces, it's not just a fly by the seat of the pants type thing. Something that produces consistently for me, like a Dreamweaver Green Mile meat rig. And if you still have one, God bless you. They don't make them anymore. It's one of the best meat rigs ever. Green Mile meat rig with a live wire 10-inch spin doctor. That thing has taken so many fish for me over the years. That I know is a hot rig. White Lightning plug, hot rig. The A-bomb spoon, also been bit for me a bunch lately on a 300 copper. Hot bait. It has to sit in my mind. When I think about it, I know it's been bit a bunch of times, and I know it's probably going to produce. Not probably, it is going to produce. So that's a hot rig in my mind. How often do I run a secret weapon rig? Hardly ever. Hardly ever. Joe Schaefer landed a 32-pounder Saturday. Nice. Good job, Jeff. I hope you're in the Salmon Derby, man. Scott Waldo, completely understand. Have you ever used the Yakima Big Al fish flasher? No, I have not. I know the one you're talking about, but no, I have not. No problem, Joe. Okay, we're winding down here. How many people? We still got 170 people on here. How's the goober spoon this year? Bob Hunter wanting to know. Hit and miss, Bob, hit and miss. But that doesn't mean that, and I got to be fair on that, because I've been running so many plugs. Like this morning, out of our 13, 14 lines, we only had one downrigger with spoons on it. Everything else was plugs or flasher and fly, because that's what's getting bit, and that's the way it's been for the last couple of weeks. So in fairness, we have not run it much lately. Earlier in the year, we had it down several times. It was taking hit. So I got to be fair there, Bob. I guess I don't know is the answer. It's been a hot lure for a long time, so I'm sure it still will be. Herschel Jacobs, no, I don't stack on downriggers. Some guys do, I just don't. It works. It's a good technique. Do I like the A-bomb meat rig? Yes, I absolutely do, Jim. Absolutely like that thing. Haven't had much of an opportunity to run it though. I've had others, like I said, they've been really good putting fish in. So I need to run that a little more. M. Reimer, you want to make the banjo minnow the hot rig in the next 2 weeks, over the next 2 weeks fishing report. Sure, why not? The banjo minnow, guys, you got to go out and find one. It's the hot lure out there. Run it behind a double flasher rig on a diver. All right. Fix that. Okay. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'll be back next Sunday, 7 o'clock. Speed at ball using fish hawk generally, Scott Walden. Like I said, 2.0, 2.4. That's my general speed. Doesn't mean that faster or slower won't work. That's my general speed. I found over the years, sorry, I don't mean to drag this out, but I found over the years, faster speed will normally get you maybe a few more bites, smaller fish. Slower speed might get you a couple less bites, but typically you get the bigger fish. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Thanks, everybody. Got any questions, put them in the comments. Back next Sunday, 7 o'clock. Probably be down at Dreamweaver on that night. Want to have, gosh, I can't think of his name right now. I apologize. He's the guy from Smart Troll. He wants to come back on. Trying to work something out for you guys that maybe some discounts in the works or something like that. We'll see what we can do. That Smart Troll system is well worth it. Well worth it. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Thanks, everyone.